So you call yourself a Christian, but you find yourself tempted more often than not. You find yourself sinning almost daily. Then this message is for you. Don't scroll past it. Watch the whole video. I want to tell you what the Lord has shown me in my alone time with Him. He showed me a picture of the Old Testament in the tabernacle, in the Holy of Holies, where the high priest would enter. The high priest would have a rope tied around him with bells on it. And these bells weren't for the high priest, they were for the outside world, the people on the outside of the tent, to know that if they stop hearing the jingling of those bells, that the high priest has passed away, the high priest has died and is no longer doing his duties, right? So here's the thing: is the people or the thing that is tied around you right now that keeps pulling you out of the presence of the Lord, it's not meant to pull you forward, it keeps pulling you back. So you need to cut that off, right? James 2:26, it says this. It says, for as a body without spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. Now, don't get me wrong, right? It doesn't mean you're saved by works. The reason that you feel dead and empty and have to keep running back to the world is because you were without the Spirit of God and have stopped pursuing God. Just as a man who stops pursuing his wife ends up allowing substitutes to creep back in, so too, when you stop seeking first the kingdom of God, you go back to your ex, the world. Now you're called to do works, but you're not saved by works. You're saved by grace through faith. Okay? The works are a byproduct of the finished work of the cross. By not working through the Spirit, you are saying, I died with Christ, but I didn't rise with Christ. John 4:24, it says, God is spirit, and those who worship must worship him in spirit and in truth. When you stop worshiping, when you stop doing the works and the calling that the Lord has placed on your life, the world is ready to pull you back out of the presence of the Lord and into the world. And I believe that's what's happening to you today. 2 Corinthians 10:3, it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. I'm going to say it again. 2 Corinthians 10:3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. Catch this revelation. When you war in the flesh, you don't walk in the Spirit. We need to war in the Spirit so we don't walk in the flesh. It's time to cut that rope that keeps pulling you back out of the presence of the Lord and into the world. It's time to cut that off, right? And start living from his presence. David shows us what that looks like in Psalms 27:4. He says, one thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek the most, that I may live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfection and meditating in his temple. Take the rope of sin and flesh off, y'all. Crucify it today. Galatians 5:24 says, those who are Christ have crucified the flesh with his passions and desires. It's time to destroy the suggestions that the devil is whispering in your ear. Like it says in 2 Corinthians 10, verse 5, it says, we demolish arguments, maybe even suggestions, right? And every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. We take captive every thought and make it. We don't tolerate it. We make it obedient to Christ. We must live by the Spirit, y'all, and also walk in the Spirit. Just as Galatians 5:25 says, if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. I believe this message was for you today. And the Lord is saying it's time to take the rope off and to be all in. Will you do that today? Comment down below and say, I'm ready to cut it off.